good afternoon. So this afternoon I have the pleasure of teaching you multicoloured vinyl, and I've already bought in a pre-bought design. This one's from Design Bundles. It's from the same collection that Ian was using. So I'm going to complete the twin set at the bottom glass. So I'll just wait for a few people to join, so I'm not necessarily repeating myself. What I will do is I'll just move the microphone. Just thinking if you're going to be cutting. There we go. Okay, how many of you have we got in the stream so far?
Me and somebody else.
Okay. I'll allow a few in time for a few others to join us because it's only just gone 2.
Oh, there we go. Up to 4. Don't forget to say hello, guys, in the group so we know, in the chat, so we know who's watching.
Okay, so when you bring in a design into Canvas Desktop, it doesn't always bring the colours with it. So if I show you in Finder, you'll see it should be 3 different colours. So we have sun, sand and a drink in my hand. And what I've done before I came on the stream is chosen 4 colours of vinyl, which my lovely assistant is going to hand over. So we have a lovely sheet of a teal green.
Hello, Lizzie, she's watching.
Hello Carol. We got a nice sky blue, lovely tomato red, and a sunny yellow. Okay.
Mum's watching.
Hi Mum. I'm just going to put those in a neat pile and pass those back to Ian.
Not your lovely assistant, just back to make hello.
Well, there's definitely not 3 of us here, so you're still my lovely assistant. Oh dear. Right, so what we're going to want to go through and do is just convert our design to our 4 colours. So the easiest way to do this in Canvas Desktop is to start colouring your pieces, and then at the end we'll group it all once we've got it all to the right size. Okay? So our first shape is all one shape over here. So sun and sand, well that's fairly obvious what colour we should go for that. So this is our sunshine yellow colour. And I think the drink should be the tea blue or the sky blue, do you think? I think the sky blue might be better. So we'll go, wow, that is bright.
It's not going to be that bright when you cut it though, is it?
No. So we'll go tea blue over there.
Sarah Lou's in.
Hello Sarah. And we'll go tomatoey red for that one. And let's say you've bought in a shape like this where you want it to then split. So we can go into edit and down to the bottom where it says divide, and that gets us back to our individual characters. Now remember, once you've done that you can't weld it again unless it overlaps. It's just a quirk in Canvas. If you're doing it in Affinity, it will quite happily weld and have it separate.
You can group it though.
Yeah, you can group it. So let's think. Let's go TV green in that one. And back to our sunny yellow for that one. And our tomato red for that one. Okay. So are you all creating along today?
know Carol's just watching, so she's...
Okay.
If you've not used vinyl before, Carol, you might want to have a look at my video from
Yesterday.
yesterday, which I did, which was just on a single layer of vinyl. There's a good place to start, and then move on to
Onto this one after.
Onto this one. Afterwards. But do have a look at the one I did yesterday as well.
Okay. So my cocktail glass is just one shape at the moment. So I thought I would be a bit clever, as you do, and I would give it a bit more detail. So using the path tool, I've just done a little bit of liquid to go in my cocktail.
And Trish is in. Hi Trish.
Hi Trish. And I've put in a cherry on my straw. Okay. Now, because all this is going to shrink down, I wouldn't suggest going any smaller detail than the size of this cherry. So if you look, the original one was smaller, so I've gone bigger. Okay, so far so good. So I'm going to zoom out. Now, at the moment, if we were to just cut that, so we'd have a black layer that would be solid. We'd have our liquid that would then sit on top of our black, and our cherry would stick on top of our smaller cherry, which would result in a kind of weird bump. So with the liquid, you may choose that you just want to have it on top, and that is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But with our cherry, if we select the cherry and the cocktail glass and go to edit, and then we've got remove overlap. So what that basically does is punch your top layer through your bottom. And to start with, it looked like it hasn't done anything. But if we go into our layers and we take away our cherry, you can see we now have a gap in our vinyl. So what you decide to do with your cocktail, if I bring that back up to the top so you can see it, is now up to you.
Which one are you going to do? Punch it through?
I think I might be brave and punch it through just because, well, I'm me.
Are you going to change the colour of your cocktail glass as well, so you don't have any blackout?
Yeah.
Or don't get some blackout?
So I'm going to go, no. I'm going to go in here, just check that's done it properly, yep. And let's go for that tealy colour, because I like it so much. So at the moment it looks a bit psychedelic because obviously the colours don't exactly match the colours that I've picked out with vinyl, but it's more for my reference than it is for the machine. Okay, so at this point we can select all of that and group it. We'll ungroup it in a bit, but just for now, group it all together. And we're going to drag it off to one side, and you can basically create yourself a guide using one of the basic shapes depending on what you're applying it to. So just before we went live, Ian helped me measure the bottle, and we've come out with a guide size of 142.9 millimeters wide by 100 high. So as you can see, our design is quite a bit bigger than that. So as we have it grouped, we can just manually draw it in. And I'll stick it in the middle just to make it a bit easier. Okay, and in my layers, I'm just going to call this one our guide, just so that we don't get confused with any weeding boxes. And I'm even going to set it to draw so that it doesn't get accidentally cut. Okay. So if we lock our guide shape, we can then ungroup this group because now that we've done our resize, we want to make sure that we've got all our layers together. And let's start with the red layer. So that's a nice easy one, and we'll group that one, and we can call that red. How imaginative. Okay, next we're going to go and do all our teal pieces and group those.
Call it teal.
Yep, really imaginative again. Teal. Oh, even better if you do it with caps lock on for all the characters. Okay. And what I usually do as I work through is just minimise them up so I don't get confused. And so now we have all our yellow layers we can group. Oh, can't even spell, come on. What is it with me today on this keyboard? And finally you have the sky blue. So as there's only one shape in that, we'll just rename the shape. Okay, so far so good. At this point we can save the design. So, what's it called? Cocktail, isn't it? So, cocktail coloured. Okay, so there's a couple more things that we need to do or decide on before we proceed to cutting it out. So what I'm going to do is get a square. I'm going to shrink it down and I'm going to colour it in black. There is a reason. Now this little black square, I'm going to put one there, and then you're going to click and drag with Alt pressed to do another one. Should be okay with just the two, I think. Occasionally you can do a 3 if it's really complicated. Okay. Now those two shapes we're going to group, and we're going to give them the name of registration. Okay. Now the reason I call them registration and not black is if we had black in our design we wouldn't want to get confused with two lots of black. Okay.
Any questions so far? We're doing well so far, nobody's asking much.
Nobody confused yet. This is good.
I am.
You are. That's not funny. So, I'm going to hide all my groups bar one. So we'll start off with the sky blue because it's at the bottom. And we have our two registration dots showing and a drink. I'm going to add a rectangle. I'm going to reading boxes, honestly, get him.
Yes.
And you want to make sure your weeding box goes around your registration mark. Now there are occasions when this is going to seem really wasteful, but it's important that you keep your registration mark in as much as you can help it. Otherwise your design can start to go a bit wonky. Once you get practice you'll be able to do it without registration marks, but for now when you're starting keep your registration marks in. So once we've got one layer set up like that we can go to export FCM and go OK, because what it's saying is it won't save the hidden data. Well, that's fine, I don't want it to. And I'll start a new folder that says cocktail coloured FCM. Okay, and we know this is sky blue. safe. Now if you have a Wi-Fi like me, we can go and transfer it via the internet.
Apologies for the noisy machine.
Okay.
We are using the CM today, not the DX.
Yeah, Ian's had a falling out with the DX.
Simply saw the live feed down there.
Yeah. Yeah, so hence the live feed from this morning is not showing because, well, yeah. Okay. Oh, silly hard drive. Yes, I've sent it to the machine. And the hard drive's on the easy fit because I've moved the cable. Flipping thing. Okay, so once we've done that and we've sent it to the machine, we can do the next layer. So we'll show our red layer, and because it's slightly lower, we can actually take our box and bring it down. That way, yeah, it's already there.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying so good to carry on.
Okay, so when we're happy with that, again we can go to File, Export FCM. Okay. And this is our red layer. And as Ian's already cutting out, I can send it via the internet. Okay. Our teal layer. We're going to go up. And we're going to go to export. Okay. Teal. This is where I wait for a bit because I've been too efficient.
Just wait for me.
Yep.
The sky blue is done.
Okay. So you can pop that on the desk.
What colour I go next?
Red next. So the nice tomato red.
Now, for cutting this, we've got it on what the equivalent of half cut. So I've set my pressure to -3, my blade is on 1.5, and it is just kiss cutting it nicely for me, which is what I want it to do. Okay, ready to cut.
Okay, so that's that one's now cutting. I'll send the next one. Okay. Reveal the next layer. Teal. So now we're up to our yellow layer. Okay. Yellow.
We are using the Adhesive vinyl for the most interested.
Bear with us for a moment because we can't see any comments if you are making any, but we will catch up in a minute.
Nothing at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, teal next. I'll let you know when it's on it. The cup and... yeah, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah. The cup in and the... Okay, and now we can send the yellow. Okay. Okay. This is done, so... yeah. No, you can see it here and there. Maybe weed. go. So hopefully you can see me. Have you got the hooky tool there?
I have, I'm just using it to check that these cut.
Okay.
So you'll just have to be patient.
Patient.
Yeah, that thing got really good at.
Well, I've got to be patient and I can just read it without.
Machine better, isn't it?
It's a good job that it doesn't matter whether I cut this in a straight line or not.
There's your fourth one, depending which one you want to do first for your layers. Don't forget you have to decide your layer.
Oh yeah, and I need me hooky tool to do the centre knee. Thank you.
I think you want to get it the right way around, don't you, for your colours?
Yeah. So, as our trickiest thing to align is our cocktail glass. You're going to want to do your outline your cocktail glass first. So, I can get a corner from the adhesive sheet. You even kept me nail for this. There we go. We get there eventually. So I'm just going to lay this over the top. Make sure that you catch both of your registration marks. Give it a quick squeegee down.
What colour do you want to do?
I think I might go for that sunny yellow next. Because that's going to be the awkward one to do. The cherry's a bit easier.
And then you've got attached with weave that.
Okay. There we go. And we've got it all. Now, keeping your sheet handy, you can then rest it on there so your vinyl doesn't get stuck to anything else by accident. And only ever press down lightly because you don't want your vinyl to stick solidly. And I'll come back and I'll stick it back on in a minute. Okay. There we go. This one's lifting off a little bit. Oh, just get that. Come here, you little. There we go. There's always one, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
One little less. Down there.
Is it sticky back plastic? No, it's actual vinyl. So it's
You can use sticky back plastic if you really want to. It can be a bit of a nightmare. Thank you, dear. Just hold on to that for me a moment. Can the bits you're pulling off be reused, or do you have to throw them away? It depends on the size of the bits. For instance, the piece that Ian's got in his hand, I can always use to do little elements from that don't necessarily nest. So like we've got our cocktail glass, I would say that is nesting, and I've just done that, and I haven't done mid or midi. Did that so carefully. Come here. There we go.
handy that, isn't it?
Hmm?
The phone there like that.
It's handy there like that, yeah. So the idea behind your registration dots, if you can see, is that we can use them to then make sure we get our alignment right. Now the theory is, so long as those two dots are in perfect alignment, that is. So if we go like that, and then squeegee's hiding underneath the piece of paper, so you just want to squeegee these bits, and especially over this section here. Hopefully you can all see that okay, if not, shout. Okay.
I'm just hold that for you one. So you
No,
can
it's okay. I'll pop them back on. Very quickly, I'll pop your yellow bit back on as well, because you've only got so many hands. So I can try and do this accurately as possible, but we'll see how we go.
not bad.
Not bad. And very quickly, I'll do this one too. There we go. And another one done. Now we're on to our red layer. And that one might have appreciated going round the other way for the reading on that, I think. So let's take out these bits. In case you're wondering what I'm sticking it to, it's just some washi that's hanging off my desk. Nothing high tech. And let's just get the centre of that D. Now for the fun bit. And slowly does it. So if you are doing something that's particularly difficult in lifting, just use the curved bit of your weeding tool just to move it back down. Okay. Oh. If you're doing a complex design like a mandala or something, I would suggest looking at getting a light box to help you makes it a little bit easier for seeing your lines. Okay. And there we go. Not much that you can rescue on that one, but why did you do it down there? Didn't you shift it up?
I just cut it where you left it on the screen.
There's the other tip. Right, now if like here you can see that you're going to go like that and your vine's going to overlay. Woo, stop. Place your piece back down. And then what I'm going to do is move the mat out of the way like I asked them to.
But you want to do so?
No, not for this.
No.
It's a heat mat.
That's for tomorrow.
It's for tomorrow that I need that.
See,
You're being uber efficient.
Stay ahead again, wasn't I?
Yeah. So I'm just getting the old craft knife.
She says that's not just any old craft.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be a slice to do it, does it?
If I'm chucking this one.
Yeah. Otherwise you're going to be stood there with your hands tied up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is another fun one because of the cherry. So, yeah. Keep looking at the two squares, don't worry about anything else, just look at the two squares. Because as long as those are right, everything else is fine. And there you go. Don't rub it down on your hat. Flip it over and rub from the reverse. And if you're really careful, you can use a squeegee. Really, really careful, because you don't want to go over the edge. Okay. Now if it's been a bit awkward, you can just peel it back like. It was doing so well up to that point. Would be the lip cherry, wouldn't it? Come on. There we go. And I think I'm alright. I think I've got it. Go.
No, don't shoot me.
So last sheet. Last sheet. Yeah. Point where it is. Yeah, that's useful, darling. Okay.
I'd lost it, so I thought I've got 3 sheets in my hand.
So, finally. Can't be, does it? And drink. That's what we did in that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, registration marks.
And the registration marks. Oh, don't move now. Come on. Come on, I need that one. Okay. There we go. And same again.
So I chuck this one out.
Yeah. Well.
It's too late now.
Okay. The advantage of to the Adhesive vinyls, it's not too expensive, thank goodness. First edition do. Oh, do you go over the types of vinyl that are best to use and where to buy them from? I'll let you do that one.
I didn't go over that in my feed, no. So we're using Adhesive vinyl, which we like.
It's a good starting point.
It's a good starter pack. So if it's your first vinyl, it's a good one. It's easy to weave. It's quite manageable, so it's easy to play with, and it's quite forgiving.
I mean, there's been times when we've used it in a class and somebody has made a complete and utter disaster.
You can still retrieve
and
it.
I retrieved it from...
so the pack we're using, if I can quickly show you when Natalie's finished putting that in.
There we go. Yeah. Go on.
So this is the pack we're using. I can get that in shot. And this was off Amazon. Can't remember how much it was, but they're not hugely expensive.
I believe they've got the 42 pack in the colour back in stock if you are quick, because it doesn't hang around for very long.
If you're using it for things like your glass, your bottles, the Adhesive is brilliant. If you're looking something specific and outdoory,
Outdoory.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Something that's going to go outdoors, and you want something like.
If you want to do your car, that's what he's trying to say without saying do your car.
No, I don't do your car. I mean for signs and more things that go outside. Outdoory. You can get some of the Oracle ones, which are good. Again, you can get them off Amazon, or there's a lady called Crafty Cutter who does a lot of vinyl. She does the Oracle 51s.
651.
651, sorry. And lots of sparkly glitters and all sorts.
Yes,
So she's always worth a look.
Yeah, we love her rose gold glitter when I can get it out.
Yeah. So she's very good in the UK for getting glitter and vinyl and all things sparkly. So if you have a look at her website, which I believe is craftycutter.co.uk.
I thought it was .com.
Can't remember.
You can pop up a link in a bit.
Yeah, we'll put a link on the video so you get to have a look to see what they are. But again, she's got lots on there. Again, not too expensive, very reasonable. HTV, which is your heat transfer vinyl, which
we'll say
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Watch tomorrow, and we'll give you some links on that. For that
and if you want to really, really splash out when you've got used to doing it, the transfer sheet I'm using is by Tech Wrap, and their vinyl is absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely to die for. It's like like shot silk, or like your interference is just wow. And they do it in loads of different colours, so you can have it like red gold, purple pink, purple blue. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I do like my special effect vinyl. So this is quite tame and plain for me, really, isn't it? Because it's just flat colour.
See, the bit you can't see on that message says this is fascinating how you build up the layers. I didn't realise it was this complicated.
Right, next thing. Can I have a towel, please? There's one wrapped around the towel in there.
Which one towel?
Hold me bottle, or are you going to hold me bottle for me?
I can hold it if you want me to.
Okay.
Just keep it still, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
If you are doing single-handed, well, obviously not single-handed, but two-handed at home, and you haven't got an assistant to come and hold the bottle for you, if you use a towel, preferably like a bath towel or something that you're going to then get some significant weight in, if you roll it like a croissant, so you've got a curl here and a curl here, so that your bottle doesn't go anywhere. And before you do the transfer, and I'll try and do this a bit closer, you're going to peel off your registration dots. Won't be the first time I stuck them to the bottle by accident. If you do, they do come off, but... So, I'm going to try and get this level as I can. There you go. I don't think that was too bad, even if I do say so myself. Now, in terms of complicated, it's as complicated as you make it. So I was trying to do something that takes all the techniques into consideration. So you've got one way you've got lots of different places of colour. You've got one way it's nesting. But as you start, just starting out, try and keep it a bit simpler until you've built up the school. So there it says it's co.uk, so yeah, you're right. Yeah. You can see it ordered the vinyl, can't you? The other one that we use a lot for beginners is First Edition. They've just started doing a big pack, and that comes in a big pack in matte or gloss. So
it also has some transfer sheets in it as well. So
yeah, so it comes with a transfer sheet, so you don't have to buy anything separate, whereas the Artesive one you need to buy a separate transfer sheet.
The other advantage with Charlotte at Crafty Cutter is she sells it in individual A4 sheets rather than selling it in a roll or a 12 by 12 pack.
Yeah, so it's easier to store. There we go.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! I'm just going to pop my transfer sheet back on its backing sheet. So your transfer sheet you can use time and time again. So if you're doing like a set of 24 glasses, you can probably use the same little bit transfer sheet through the entire row. Okay. Just need something in it now, dear.
What, like whiskey? Cocktail?
Yeah, cocktail. Woo woo.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have Buy Me a Coffee on the webpage, but it should be Buy Me a Woo Woo, shouldn't it?
Buy you a cocktail, because, yeah.
Yeah. Blue Lagoon. That would look cool, in it?
It would.
Being bright blue and all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that you done for today?
That's me done, unless there's any more questions, so I will wait a little minute to see if there's anything else.
Sarah said it looks brilliant. Hey.
Thank you, Sarah.
Came out well.
It did, didn't it? So if I... You commandeered the glass though, so now I'm going to have to empty it. There you go. So now we have our little two set. So
something to decant it into and something to decant.
depending which way around you want it.
Cara says lovely.
But if you go on the group, I think it's on the group, and go into the albums, you should find lots of photographs of vinyl work that we've done. I think there may even be a Crafty Cutter sample on there as well, with the transparent glitters.
The transparent glitters, yes.
So yeah, they're lush. They're great on glass.
That's just, we're back tomorrow at 2, aren't we?
Yes, we're just doing the one tomorrow at 2 o'clock because we're going to do HTV. So rather than do it twice so that you have Ian in the morning doing it single colour and me in the afternoon, we said we'd just put it into one stream. Because it's exactly the same technique as this, just you flip it at the end before you cut it. Okay. So if there's no more questions, we'll call it a day.
Don't forget Pete at 4.
Yeah, don't forget Pete at 4 and possibly 8.
Yeah.
And if you've found what we've done today useful, you can buy me a woo woo.
There's a link on the page, isn't it, to buy me a coffee, which is costs £3. It's not mandatory, it's just there if you find us helpful or useful. So,
yeah.
It's nice little way to say thank you. Apart from that, stay safe and be kind to yourselves, as Pete would say.
Yeah.
And we'll see you all soon.
Yeah.
Take
care.
Do you want to press the button?
Oh, hang on.
Hang on. Oh.
The one I did on the machine was crafty cutter rose gold butter. Yeah. Yeah. Do you like that one? I think somewhere there's a picture of 3 stars that I cut out of the 3 different rose gold vinyls that she does. Because I couldn't make up my mind which one. But the makeup bowl that's on the group that says pretty was a crafty cutter rose gold vinyl.
Yes.
But I don't think that was the glitter, was it? That was just the... It's bad. I look at it every morning. No, it's not glitter. It's the metallic.
Metallic. There you go.
Okay. So we'll call it a day at that and see you tomorrow. If you do have any questions in the meantime, we'll still be back to the group because I've got to get this book done. It's got to go today. I've had enough of it now. Okay. Bye for now.
You on the back tomorrow it says
Yep,
back
done.
into, yeah. Wrong time on it. Is it up on the phone, yeah?